Greetings everyone, welcome back. And for today I'm going to provide you guys a match taken from the Korean ladder. Yes, it's a Korean pros matchup, and though I know that everyone now is playing on patch 1.3, me included obviously, though I still haven't played, but like I was saying, this matchup is like 3 days old, no more than that, so it was played on the previous patch, and it's going to be a matchup between two players that I'm interested on seeing them clashing against each other, because I think they're on different stages of their pro gaming career. You're going to have here on the north side of the Zelnaga Caverns, that Korean name translated to English means RainbowZenith, and well, RainbowZenith is not one of the most well-known members of Team Xenex. As you guys know, Zenith and Nex, both teams just fused and merged into an alliance, and they got out with the Xenex name now. But like I was saying, I'm assuming that he is a B-teamer. I never heard of him. He's a new guy on the block. Basically, he's just learning and trying to evolve. But I went to check him on the Starcraft 2 ranking site, and he's on 3,900 points on the Korean ladder, so he can't be that bad. And I'm assuming he's going to have at least a couple of tricks to show us. Hopefully this is going to be a nice show put up by him, while he faces against a veteran, an old veteran, GerrardPrime, because now he's currently one of the head coaches on Team Prime. He doesn't play competitively, at least as frequently as I would like to see him. I know that he already attempted to qualify for the GSL in the past, but wasn't very successful. And basically he's one of the head coaches. He's sharing his experience and sharing his knowledge and experience with the new guys from Team Prime, trying to get them to be better players, more evolved, and try to provide for more prizes for the team and more wins in the future with his transmission of that knowledge to the new players. So basically, like I was commenting, this is going to be a matchup between fresh new blood, RainbowZenith here, against the experienced Zerg player GerrardPrime, and hopefully it's going to be a nice matchup. As you can see for now, and focusing on the match, Rainbow is going for the 2 racks opening, so I'm expecting a lot of pressure early on with Marines incoming from Rainbow side, while on the Gerrard side, he's just playing the cautious game. As you can see, he went spawning pool and gas, getting the Zergling speed already, so well prepared there. At least he's going to be able to defend if his opponent comes for any kind of early aggression, which seems to be the case, so he needs to be aware of that. And I don't think this Overlord even reached the base from Rainbow. No, he didn't, so he doesn't even know exactly what's the opening that Rainbow is preparing for him, but because he went for that Zergling first, the spawning pool first, he's gonna be able to at least have some defenses up to fend off any kind of early pressure that Rainbow might try to apply on him. Now getting the hatchery down, so a bit late hatchery, making sure he's gonna have a cautious opening with Zerglings with Zergling speed, and now even getting the Roach Warden up, so he's gonna have several options to start defending against his opponent aggression. I'm not sure when he's gonna pull out, but apparently it's gonna be right now. He's still pumping more Marines out of those barracks, but he's gonna make a 5 Marine push just to make sure his opponent has what it takes to defend. I mean, if by any chance Gerrard would have been gone for a hatchery first, he might be in trouble now. He might not have enough to defend. But I don't think he has much of an army yet, because he went for the Roach Warden right after, so as you can see he's gonna get 6 roaches out just in time. And ooh, this Overlord was precious to notice the movements from Rainbow, but he almost got killed. 1 hit point left, and meanwhile we have the 5 Marines going straight south into that Natural Expo, with the roaches almost getting finished, so GerrardPrime will have what it takes to defend here, focusing fire on some more Overlords, trying to be annoying, supply locking GerrardPrime, and now Rainbow is gonna probably have to pull back north once more, because 6 roaches against this small group of Marines, they don't stand a chance. Notice that the rest of the red dots on the minimap are pulling back up as well, so the roaches were able to defend just in time. Though it is annoying to get supply locked, he was able to fend off this first assault, with the roaches just splitting here and meeting the forces from a Rainbow in the middle of the map. Gerrard advancing now with the roaches, trying to shoo away all the Marines straight into that main base, and I think he might be risking too much. He doesn't have much of a force here. I mean, it's only 6 roaches, but I'm assuming that he's gonna try at least to knock on the door. It's fairly tight shut, as you can see, even has a bunker now loaded with Marines, so these roaches won't be able to do much. Notice that Gerrard even taking his time to make a line of roaches here, trying to contain the movements from Rainbow, and notice the moment that he's gonna try to attempt to get out of that main base of his. killing finally that Overlord that was on 1 HP before, and taking a look at Rainbow's base. As you can see, his idea was 2 racks play into fast expand. The orbital command is ready to go, but still holding there, and now getting another racks and the factory, so 3 racks play pretty soon, backed up by a little bit of mech, I'm assuming, while these 2 Marines that attempted to come down before finally entering the main base from Gerrard, once again trying to be as annoying as possible, shooting Overlords down, and the Queen just slowly crawling after them. And interesting or not, Gerrard is so committed to his econ game and to his account, to his number of drones, that he doesn't even have any defense here and has to pull drones out of the mineral line to finish off this aggression by Rainbow, finally killing one of the Marines, but there's still the second one alive with only 3 HP. Queen finally blasting it away, just slicing him down, and the aggression is over. Meanwhile, notice that Gerrard committed himself to a very strong macro game here. He went for Lair Tech, is already set, he has Spawning Pool, the Roach Warden, went for the expansion, has Baneling's Nest, so, and he went for a lot of drones. He wanted both of those mineral lines working fine really early on, and obviously he's trying to just even out the game and get the economy as close as possible to his opponent, but basically he doesn't have much of an army. Let's take a look at the army count. As you can see here, 56 against 52, but unit composition, 6 roaches, that's it. The army from GerrardPrime, it's what we can see here on this screen, and basically has 2 queens there on his bases, but that's it. Now, with Rainbow attempting to advance and establish his natural expo, I guess that Gerrard will have to pull back his roaches. I don't think 6 roaches will be able to defend this amount of Marines. He is attempting it actually, but the roaches are just getting grinded down so quickly, I don't think there's going to be much left, and he just lost all his roaches, so he should have decided to at least pull down, I'm assuming, but I guess that wasn't the option. Meanwhile, here on Rainbow side, as you can see, you already have siege tanks coming out, the stim pack is almost finished, while you also have plenty of upgrades incoming on Gerrard's side. Centrifugal hooks, speed for the banelings, and pneumatized carapace, and look at the amount of drones that he's getting there. Huge collection there. 5 Rex play now, by the way, so committing himself to a lot of bio play. And meanwhile, on Gerrard's base, let's take a look. Roach Warden here, for now is just everything calm and quiet on the main base, but meanwhile on the expo he's getting a second hatchery, a macro hatchery on his natural expo, trying to get more units out and as fast as he can, still playing out of 2 bases, while we have the units from Rainbow advancing south. As you can see, it's basically Marines backed up by a couple of siege tanks, and on the army composition, as you could notice, GerrardPrime just got a couple of units. This is a bit dangerous, I would say. He doesn't have much of an army, though he has a count that is fairly similar to his opponent. The fact that it translates into a lot of drones, a lot of workers, and he's going to be forced to cancel this hatchery. There he goes. Hatchery went down, all of his forces trying to stay there on the side, keeping them safe, but now the banelings advancing against those Marines. Siege tanks blasting away, making Gerrard lose most of his banelings, and oh, he was able to splash one of them right on the face of those Marines, but there's still plenty left, a small bunch left here, enough to kill these queens and enter the natural expo, the mineral line, and start killing off drones. So this doesn't look good. Once again, now we have Gerrard getting 26 Zerglings in a row, because basically he doesn't have any defenses, he's been defending with drones and stuff, and now nice surround here. The Zerglings popping out of the hatchery and getting help to get surrounded by that by those Zerglings and the drones surrounding the Marines and finally finishing off that harass, and now going straight into the stream of Marines that was advancing towards his base, and basically they were supposed to be the reinforcements for the Rainbow to be able to keep putting up more and more pressure into the GerrardPrime, but guess it was failed for now. Only 3 Marines left, and these Zerglings will be able to fend them off and put them away, forcing once more Rainbow to commit himself to more macro playing and get another army back, replenish his army with more units, because, well, basically at the moment there's not much left. First starport on the natural expo, I think. Let me check the main base. Yes, it is. So we have 5 racks play, backed up by 2 factories, pumping out both of them siege tanks, and you're gonna have medivacs backing up the marine lines. So fairly standard composition for Terran players, I would assume. Bioplay, on this case, single straight Marines backed up by siege tanks. We're gonna have some medevacs to heal them up so they can just steam all they want. But for now, as you can see, we have Rainbow getting the upgrades, the engineering base ready, and getting 2 at the same time. I'm assuming he's gonna commit himself to a lot of upgrades to have the advantage over his opponent's units. Income-wise, Rainbow just pulling ahead, boosting ahead by far for now, though the harvester count is still similar. And notice that Gerrard has 2 hatchery and lair on the main base and 2 hatcheries on his natural. So 4 hatcheries on 2 bases. That I'm not sure if this is not an overkill. I mean, he's going to be able to put out a lot of units, but he needs the income to put out with such an amount of units. And notice that for now, as you could see there on the income from Gerrard, he didn't have much of an income. I mean, he does have plenty of gas, but not much of on the minerals count, basically because he can produce so fast that there's not much left. I mean, he just drains all the minerals that he's mining. He needs more bases to start producing out of 4 hatcheries like that, I'm assuming. Attempted drop there, another small group of Marines advancing on this corner, shooting down some of the overlords that has been spread through the map to try to contain the movements and spot all the advance that Rainbow might attempt, shooing away some of those overlords, putting both of those overlords away from that platform. And now we're gonna have this Marines trying to get a nice surround on this overlord and kill it off. There it is, another overlord finish. So overlord hunting here, still not supply locked. Well, he actually is 96 over 96 at the moment, so if he loses more, this might spell trouble. And I guess he's gonna lose some more because these guys are already going after this one. While we can follow on the picture and picture screen the small confrontation as well that is happening on what's supposed to be the 3rd base from GerrardPrime. And now we're gonna have a lot of banelings advancing into this base. Oh, massive explosion with banelings smashing that planetary fortress. And now all of them trying to get out of that area, destroying all of the marine count from Rainbow. Massive damage done there, and there's not much left of that 3rd base that Rainbow was establishing. Keep in mind that Rainbow actually is spreading faster and expanding faster than his opponent, something that I'm finding a bit curious, being his opponent a Zerg. I mean, he should be ahead on the base count at least. Incoming a lot of banelings, just melting away all of those Marines. There's nothing left, and there's so many banelings available. Once again, Rainbow attempting to establish his command center on this 3rd base, try to benefit from the income while he pushes with the bigger army this time. Let's compare the armies. Ooh, there's some big differences here. 137 for Rainbow, 103 for Gerrard. Gerrard has been risking a lot. He never has a proper army, and he just starts and attempts to get some units out when he sees his opponent advancing. A bit risky, but he's trying to position himself to smash away all of those units against those Marines. Lots of banelings here. Look at the amount. Let's take a look at the unit composition. 29 banelings and 47 zerglings. And now we're gonna have some mutalisks popping out and helping out these forces. I see more units, a nice bunch of siege tanks advancing here once more. Oh, Marine for the kill there. That was the suicidal Marine. And incoming massive clash in the middle of the map. Banelings trying to reach those Marines. Oh, killing so many of them, but there's still a big blob that was able to escape. And now finishing off the big siege tank force and advancing towards these Marines. The steam effect wearing down, being able to reach those Zerglings, starting to poke at them, but the banelings are not able to reach them and have to pull back. There's a big line of siege tanks here waiting for the banelings to advance to just blast them all away. So forced to pull back once more and try to replenish his Marines, while we have the forces from GerrardPrime advancing into this 3rd base once more, trying to deny any kind of mining here. And meanwhile, keep in mind that both bases from from Rainbow are just getting drained out, and he actually needs to expand. And well, I can say the same about GerrardPrime as well, as you might imagine. I mean, the guy is hanging on 2 bases with 2 hatcheries on each base for a long time, and I don't see how that's gonna work. For now, we're gonna have some harass here into this command center. Only 100 HP left. Ooh, that was close. So I'm assuming that command center is not gonna survive for much longer. Incoming a 2nd wave of mutalisks, finishing off that command center, while the banelings just smash all of those Marines and finish off the resistance here on the 3rd base from Rainbow. There's still units getting left here. A single strange. A single Zergling just poking at that refinery is gonna take a while. While Rainbow was attempting to get another drop going on here on what's supposed to be the third base from Gerrard, but Gerrard knows that he's falling back on the econ game, so he's gonna invest and risk going straight into the rich mineral field. And there's the hatchery almost finished, with all of the units from Gerrard showing up here, trying to finish off this medevac. And nice move there, was able to drop 2 Marines, but that's basically it. And your rest there is over for now, so was well defended, and will allow Gerrard to establish his units and his expo here on the rich mineral field, which I think is needing a lot. Yeah, here it's basically exhausted. Here I'm pretty sure it's going the same way, while on Rainbow side I'm assuming that it's going the same way as well, almost exhausted. So we're gonna have some massive clashes here, while we finally have Gerrard facing a Rainbow, now playing out of 3 bases. And oh, there's so many banelings. Oh, he lost so many there, huge losses there. So he still has plenty of banelings here, but I mean, he lost so many of those banelings that were getting morphed on the Zalnaga watchtower, and now he needs to pull back into his rich mineral field, advancing now towards the bio ball from Rainbow, trying to smash all of those banelings into the bio, but not possible. Huge block of siege tanks. He destroyed a lot of mech, but most of that bio ball was safe. They just went all around the siege tanks, while the siege tanks blasted away those banelings and basically finished it off. And now GerrardPrime losing his base on the rich mineral field, so his income is gonna get really hurt now. Look at him attempting to get more banelings in time to finish off this big bioforce, and finally banelings popping out, going straight into those marines. Oh, nice micro there, picking up most of the marine force into the medevacs and saving them. Now trying to finish off that siege tank. Guess not, is gonna go ahead once again to these medevacs. There's 3 medevacs loaded with marines. Beautiful play here by Rainbow, I would say, just placing all of his marines on the high ground and shooting down all the units that were attempting to blast them away, picking them up once more, while the forces from Gerrard advance towards his opponent's base, close to the rich mineral field that it's on his opponent's side. But there's not much of his army left once more. 98 against 67, as you can see. Most of the forces from Rainbow are just hunting overlords once more, and it's Gerrard that needs to reinforce his army. Notice 1 Mutalisk, 17 Zerglings, and 4 banelings. I mean, this is not enough, not even close, especially compared with the 40 marines and 3 siege tanks that Rainbow has at the moment. So Gerrard needs to keep pulling up on the and advancing, expanding on his macro game. He's playing out of 2 bases for a very long time, and his economy is getting really hurt. Also, this is happening to Rainbow as well, but I mean, I think that Rainbow is more stable at the moment. As you can see, he's attempting to land once more a command center there. Hopefully he's going to make a planetary fortress out of it, and just clearing the rocks here, making sure that this time he's not going to have to go all the way around to defend against any kind of aggression by Gerrard. But like I was saying, I think that Rainbow is ahead at the moment. He's going to be able to play out of 3 bases soon enough once more, and I don't see much coming out here from Gerrard's side. Notice him is just spotting the fact that Gerrard is attempting to distance mine the rich mineral field, so kind of a desperate move, and a sign that he doesn't have enough defenses to actually go and attempt to establish a hatchery there anymore. Let's take a look at the unit composition once more. Yeah, as you can see, he doesn't have enough. I mean, 3 Zerglings, 7 Mutalisks. This is not even close to what is required to face against 50 marines and 7 siege tanks. So Gerrard needs to do something about his unit composition and his army size. 124 against 77 incoming. The banelings once more. Whoa, melting a lot of those marines, but there's still a big ball left and not that many banelings anymore. The siege tanks helped out on that offense, and GerrardPrime was forced to yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, the armies couldn't even be properly compared. Look at that, 106 against 50, and basically Gerrard was just trying to get squeeze as much economy as he could from his 2 bases, and didn't have much of an army. And well, the end result was that Rainbow was able to take the win. Let's just take a look at the bases. There's not much change here. He got reactors to pump out even more marines out of those racks, and on his main base he had the upgrades going. I saw several upgrades getting researched, and that was basically it. Meanwhile, here on Gerrard's side, he had the banelings, tried an evo chamber to get some upgrades as well. and had the spire from which we saw Mutalisks flying up, but those Mutalisks didn't survive for long now, did they? So things didn't went very well, and there wasn't much left of his army, as you can see. Upgrades, 2 on attack there against the Marines with 1-1, and well, the end result was that the Marine ball, backed up by the siege tanks, just made Gerrard pay a huge price, and he wasn't able to defend against it. Notice that Rainbow was even preparing himself to land here on the rich mineral field. So yeah, well, Gerrard lost this one. I guess he needs to take some lessons from it and probably transmit them to his pupils on the Prime team. I hope you guys enjoyed this game. See you all later. Have fun.